Here's some basic rules for you when you're creating a PowerPoint or keynote type presentation and delivering one, in fact. Limit and be careful with your choice of text. This is a broad statement, but it applies to the color of the text, the words that you actually decide to display. Less is more in so many ways with PowerPoint. Basically, you want to make sure that your slides contain the most distilled kernels of knowledge that you're trying to impart in your audience. You want to use the screens and the visual aid to support your general message, not to dominate it. So when you are creating the actual slide design, pick high contrast colors. Black text on white backgrounds is very high contrast, basically dark to light. So the other way would be a black background with white text. It doesn't have to be black and white, just from dark to light. You want high contrast colors. Use graphical tools very wisely. Pick them by making sure they most appropriately fit your message. Don't bombard the audience with numbers and charts and graphs and pie charts that don't really support what you're trying to say just because they look neat up on the screen. You want to use the tools wisely and make sure that they simply and concisely support the main message that you're trying to convey. Pictures and images do great things to enhance the message that you're trying to get across. So don't shy away from graphics, just use them intelligently. Okay, so now we're going to look at this new sort of movement within the presentation world. It was started by two architects from Tokyo, Mark Ditham and Astrid Klein, and they've started this kind of accidentally almost, this movement within the presentation world called Pachachka. And the basic gist is, well, first off, the word means chatter or chit chat in Japanese. And it's this kind of crazy new format for trying to deliver a presentation in 6 minutes 40 seconds by way of keeping it to 20 slides, so very much limiting the number of slides, and then 20 seconds per slide. So you're not spending a ton of time on each slide. You're more trying to move through this visual presentation, at a pace that gets your message across and then gets you out of the way. So 6 minutes 40 seconds, and they're doing these very interesting, like, sort of open mic night type things called Pachachka nights, where people bring their presentations and they stick to the format, 6 minutes 40 seconds, 20 slides, all those things, and they give each other their presentations. They've even taken this as far as doing things like PowerPoint karaoke and sort of giving a random presentation to a random member of the audience as a way to just have fun and improve their presentation skills. So this has created a large number of very interesting short presentations on the web that you can search for on your own and see if you find something that matches your interests. So this format in general, though, can be used as kind of a framework for us to improve our style and the way we deliver PowerPoint style presentations. So for a lot of people, that's in the form of lectures. And a lot of times you wonder, are you really reaching every student or every person in your audience when you're giving a lecture? Here's an interesting picture taken from sort of the back row of a lecture, a large lecture hall. And it just makes me think, is the message really getting across? And you feel for the person down there speaking to a huge room like that, and they're wondering, am I being wise with my use of the tools and things like that. So using the Pachachka style format can kind of give us just a creative and fun way to try to streamline and enhance the presentations that we give. We can even use this as a way to get students to really work on being concise when they give presentations as well. This would have the side effect also of making it so you could sort of move through student presentations much quicker in like one class period if you were doing large student presentations. So, how will you use it? There's many creative ideas out there. You don't have to necessarily do anything with this, but um, you know, these are some basic rules for you to think about with creating PowerPoint in general. We talked about text, how we can present text, how we should be mindful of how we put slides together, and how we can use graphics as tools and images. Fundamentally, edit your presentation, make sure you've got it rehearsed, and go out there and just be comfortable and have fun with it. So in the final part of this presentation, we'll look at my first actual Pachachka style presentation. So I created a 6-minute, 40-second presentation on learning on technology as an instrument, and we'll look at that next.